Yo, what's up? Good morning. Woke up at 6 a.m. Going to the gym right now. I traded last night. I'm already up $5,000. I'm about to trade again and make more money than you. The simple thing, man. Be the man you want to be and it'll pay off. Get up early. Do everything right. Don't do stupid shit. Go to church. Do your research. Go to church. Take trading seriously. And ironically, I'm somehow good at this. Let's go! It's leg day though. I look-key might not go. And just like that, we back. I just got home. It's 9:15. I just took a trade actually. I just learned in the Discord. Let's go find out. So we took longs. So this is a great angle. Feel free to join the Discord if you like free money. Just learn NQ longs with 80 point SL, risking 1 mini $600 loss. Looking pretty good so far. 80 point SL. Oh my gosh. Someone in my mentorship just said that to me. Like, are you joking? Why not just wait for a better entry? I did. We'll get into later why I took this trade, but for right now, just understand everything is relative. Just because I have an 80 point SL, it doesn't mean it's a bad trade. It doesn't mean I didn't wait enough time. Bigger SL, bigger TP. Smaller position size, minimize risk. It's gonna be my only trade of the day. And we're done. I really like it. Don't think you just need to have a super small SL and a giant TP, or go for super crazy RR trades. Just take good trades. Give what the chart is giving to you, because that's the reason. My SL is 80 points for a reason, and I'm gonna make more money than you anyways. Hey, so it's about 10 o'clock right now. Just so you guys know, while you're watching this, I'm currently fucking printing money. Booyah! Look at my children getting paid. Haven't hit TP yet, but we're getting there. I got to chill. All right, y'all, just got done trading. Now, about to go golf. First time with the new lab putter. This thing just looks like it's out of like a movie, but it's so broken. Once I get back, we'll get into the good stuff. I have to stop golfing. Time to lock in. Can we talk about how I made $9,000 today on one trade? So ironically, I actually made $12,000. You guys know futures markets open up on Sunday nights. Saw some good volume come in, decided to take some trouble. I'm trying to get maxed out on Apex, maxed out on my fund of futures, maxed out on Top Step. I am maxed out on my fund of futures, which is 3 accounts. So I made 1,000 on each of those last night. But this goes to show you, man, everything that I have, I make money, bro. Like I can show you very easily what I do, and it's really not that much. One thing I will say is, of course, my experience is the thing that I think drives myself the most. I love seeing other people succeed. I love teaching people about this stuff because, again, this has changed my life. I don't want to get all soapbox on you guys, man, but I love to inspire people. I love to help people take, a step into the darkness, man, because this is something that's extremely, very questionable. I don't know how much every single day I'm going to make or lose. I have no expectation. You can't tell someone a month ahead who trades like this, how much they're going to make, how much they're going to lose. There's a lot at risk. There's a lot of gray area, out in the space somewhere of, okay, what if something happens? What if I start to do bad? And there's so much stuff you have to actually restrict yourself from doing. This, I think, why day trading is the hardest thing for people to get into, is because you now have unlimited access to basically everything, and now you are forced to restrain yourself. The discipline that you need to have outside of trading itself, being able to approach every single day differently, approach every single trade the correct way. It's crazy. We're gonna get this over quick. TradingView is this app right here. This is where everybody charts. This is where everything takes place. What this is a charting software. This is not where you take trades. This is not where you do anything other than chart. You need to once find your acquired thing you want to trade. For example, I trade the NASDAQ every single day. There is access to look at the NASDAQ chart on here. The reason why, because yes, you can look at the NASDAQ chart on maybe your brokerage where you trade, but this is actually just a charting software. You actually can trade on it, but I don't recommend it. It's such an easy software to grasp. Kind of give yourself a blank canvas of a chart, do exactly what you want to it. Add zones like this, add take profit and stop loss, things like this, add indicators, add everything you would basically need, every time frame in the world, every sort of, candle measurement you have, everything. Just download it, okay? Or just get the website. All right, I'm making this part quick because none of these motherfuckers pay me. These are prop firms. This is basically what I use, what everybody really uses in the trading space to fund themselves. Getting funded is the most important thing, Getting funded is the most leveraged thing you can probably do in any sort of investing space. The reason why I once traded options was because it pretty much gave you the access to have the most leverage, meaning I could stretch my dollar the farthest with options because that's how options are measured. Now with funded accounts, you can spend $150 and get $50,000 up to $250,000 in trading capital. It's all fake money. This is how they get you, okay? So prop firms, all of them have this evaluation phase. You have to take a test, basically, get the account to a certain level without getting it below a certain level. And then at that point, you will get a live account where it's still fake money, but the profits you hit after a certain point, you're allowed to withdraw that for cash. So inherently, you can pay $150 and then flip that into thousands if you do reach that in profit. But these accounts are very hard to pass. People really get a misconception of, oh, it's only $100. I'm going to buy 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm about to pass one, and then I just got to get a payout on one of them. You will dig yourself a deep hole. The best advice I can give to you is figure out why
they make so much money. And that's exactly off people who probably have the same thoughts as you right now. Do not look at getting funded right away. Do not look at this as some sort of super quick opportunity for you to make money, because this is the most important tool there is in the entire space, but you use it incorrectly and it can really, really mess with you. I'm not paid to do this, but these three right in the middle here, MyFinity Futures, Apex, and TopStep, those are the best ones for futures, undoubtedly. The most overlooked thing probably ever, quickly look at some free education. Step one is please subscribe to me. This is one of the few subscriptions you'll probably make where you can actually profit lots of money by just watching my videos. Everything I teach is exactly what I've used, exactly what I do every single day to make the money I do. I don't gatekeep anything. Subscribe to me, watch my videos, you will start to make money. I believe I'm one of the best in the space just because I really distribute knowledge pretty easily. You know, I'm not someone who tries to act like I'm above you. I wear my tank top, I drive my truck, I live my normal life. I don't have McLarens and Cullinans and shit and, you know, trying to flex on you with my watches and shit. Look, I'm not going to push this on you, but my mentorship is only $50. I actually still have a ticket on this code if you want to use it. I don't care. Trade live with me every day. Get all the information I have, a full course, all just inside my Discord. Super easy for you to access. Getting a paid mentor. I know I sound like a fucking loser right now. I put so much time into this mentorship. I put my entire life into it, basically. Okay, it's not about the $75 or the $50 you pay. I can make you $50. Snap your fingers. It's 8 o'clock right now. I'm currently making thousands of dollars. If you're worried about spending $50, you're surely mistaken. But at that point, you have money invested in this thing that you have to do now. You have money into this. You have to take this seriously, because then that's when I can actually distribute my knowledge and what everything that I have to you, and you will actually learn from it. Please understand, I would never push you to join my mentorship or anybody else's, but that is seriously where you're going to take it to the next step. Look, I'm not going to spend this video talking about concepts, but you do need to know how to trade supply and demand. Step one is go on the daily time frame on literally anything. This is AT&T, just because AT&T is a pretty rangy stock. This is going to be super easy to explain for you. Make sure you're using candlestick wicks. Candlesticks, you know, are how prices measure. You know, a lot of people right in the beginning when they first start trading, they look at the lines, they think that shit's cool. Switch to candlesticks right away, because you're literally so dumb if you don't. Candlesticks measure price in a certain amount of time. So for example, we're on the weekly time frame right now. Each of these candles represent a week of time. Obviously green, up, red, down. Again, remember what I was talking about. Candlesticks are measured of time. So this candle is green because it opened up at the low of this candle right here, this little close. Then at the end of the week, it closed up here. Therefore, that is why it's green. Understand, what are these little boner things up at the top? These are called candlestick wicks. The most important thing of my entire life. Candlestick wicks determine everything for you. This is a great example of a really good, you know, candlestick wick example. So this candle right here, the one that's ginormous, it's red. It actually closed red. Understand, what is a candlestick wick? A candlestick wick is basically one candle measures a certain amount of time. This candle is red, meaning the candle, of course, if it's red, it's going to close below what it opened at, because that would be what it means to be down. So at this point, this is where the candle initially opened up. Wicks determine where price was at a time, but it ended up coming back down or up. But in this case, it would be down, meaning price was, of course, opening up here, climbed all the way up to here at a point, and sellers sold it off, and it closed, finished, the week finish right here. So this now shows me that sellers are in an area up here. What I would do at this point is I would now draw a zone over this area, because, hey, there's sellers in this area. Why is there sellers? Because buyers obviously tried to push this up. Sellers rejected that, pushed it even lower. Now it is a supply zone, whereas it would be demand if it was below. Furthering my ideology by noticing, okay, the next week it came down. You know, we had a little bit chop, chop, chop. Look, came into this zone. Look what happened. Sold off it. Again, you know, buyers come back up a little bit. Boom. Comes back in this zone. Look what happens. Sellers take over control again. Boom. Push it down. Do you guys understand why this is important? Because now that you're aware that, hey, this is an area where sellers are prominent, I should probably look to sell in this area. I would take trades looking for shorts in that area. A lot of people think just because it's a simple concept means it doesn't work, or it's not, you know, profitable, or it's not something you can do long term. It most definitely is. I do it. Again, let's refine this one more time. Candle opened up here, comes all the way up to here, closes. But again, we have the wick up here. That means price was once up here, but it ended up coming back down, selling here, or closing here, which is still a pretty good bullish candle. Look what happened. We made a wick right here. Boom. We mark it out. Guess what? Look what happens a freaking couple weeks later. Look, comes back down into this zone. You look for buys, and now look what happens. This is called supply and demand. Look, we jump in long somewhere around here, and then we target this right here. Why do we target here? Is because we understand there's sellers in this area. So now at that point, I would notice, hey, once price gets here, I'm expecting to see price come back down. Look what happened. Boom, it came back down. But we saw in the future that, hey, this is an area where I should look to take profit, because again, we know that sellers are in this area. I know there's buyers here. This is why it's so important, because now look, this is what we first had, and we didn't know what the hell was going on. Then we had that and we totally understood we could predict future price movement a lot easier. That's how you make money trading. All right, honestly, you guys can cut the shit with this. Like this is not as technical as you think it would need, but you need to make sure you have a journal. So the audio file actually corrupted on that, but look, I'm going to continue this the next day. This can make you so much money and save you so much more as well. I cannot express to you how easy it is to tell when you fuck up when you are journaling every trade you take. One, it's going to hold you accountable from taking stupid trades, because then you're going to have to, again, keep track of every single trade you take. Hold yourself fully accountable, making sure that everything you write down, you want to see some sort of a consistent approach. I am profitable because every single trade I take is always pretty similar to the last one. Making sure the time of day I take a trade is accurate, consistent, my position size, how much I target, how much I risk, what day of the week. Get data for every single statistic that you can. This is going to give you insight, being able to look back and say, okay, maybe this is the reason why I'm fucking up so much. Maybe it's this time of day. Maybe it's this day in particular. Maybe it's because I traded through a certain news event. Maybe my position size is too much. I need to increase my risk reward. I should stop trading at X. I should stop doing Y. Give yourself the numbers because they don't lie to you. People really get delusional with all this stuff, man. They think they're doing better than they actually are. This is what I'm doing wrong and I need to correct it. It's going to save you so much money. Another thing you have to make sure you look at is Forex Factory. This is a news pretty much outlet. This is what I do and look at every single day from a news standpoint to, hey, I need to not trade at these times of days. Understand that no matter the outcome of the news, regardless if it's bullish or bearish, just don't be in news anyways. Playing news is completely gambling. This is how it works, okay? So everybody knows that there's a big announcement on, let's say, I think 2 days from now, there's a pretty big news event. So red folder. Red folder is the ones you really should avoid. I recommend not being in a trade during any news release, but yellow is the lowest impact. Orange is slight impact. Red is high impact. Specifically at the red ones in particular, do not ever be in a trade when these come out, because the impact might be bullish or bearish, but literally sometimes it'll be bullish and the market will drop anyway. So it's literally complete flip a coin 50-50. No one knows what's going to happen. Avoiding news is super important, because think about this. No matter how good a setup is, no matter how good price is moving, once this comes out and there might be a really high impact on it, it's going to do whatever it wants. And that's going to really throw yourself, into a bad position. You are no longer in control of the trade that you thought you were. You'll see the actual results like this. Some will be green, some will be red. Actually, since this is a Forex website, the ones that are green are actually bad for the stock market, because good for currency is bad for the market. Green is bad. But really, it does not matter what the outcome is. Just make sure you are looking at these times of days and making sure you are not in trades at these moments. Quickly want to talk about this too. There's a big debate if trading stocks, Forex, futures, or options is the right thing to do. I've traded all four of these pretty in depth. Futures is by far the best, no doubt. Trading stock, you really have to have millions of dollars to make good money with it, because of how slow it moves. It is the less risky, but of course, with that being less risk, less reward. Forex, just, I don't even want to talk about it. Really complex, outdated, just not the right way in my opinion. Options is great. I would put that at number 2. The only problem is you have to fund yourself, which can be really hard. I used to be a full-time options trader. I would have $30,000 in my account every week. Whatever the profit was or loss, I would take or add to it. Start out $30,000 every week. And there's no problem with that. I was making good money, but again, I had to front myself $30,000 of money to actually start making money with it, which is, hard enough to get that much anyways to trade with. But then you have to realize I'm risking that as well, so that I didn't like that. When on futures, I could go get a $50 fucking futures account on a prop firm that gives me $50,000 to trade with, and I'm not risking any of my own money, and I can make even more with it. Like, why would I not? You know what I'm saying? So being able to actually jump into a futures account with the prop firm, make sure that you are not risking any money at all. Of course, you have to buy the account, but after you buy the account, none of that money that you're trading with is real. None of it you have no, loss. If you lose an account, it doesn't matter, which is extremely important, because a lot of people watch this. You're definitely new to trading. Being able to trade and potentially make money while not risking any of that capital is so crazy. It's similar to Forex on the way of, it's literally buy, sell, and that's it. Here and here, you buy and sell, same. They're the same exact every single time. You make a measured amount of money every single time, so it's very easy to predict what's going to happen. It's open 23 hours of the day. It has taken me to the next level. If you really want to talk about being a full-time trader, having the long-term perspective, futures is the only way to go. Quickly, just want to talk about what you should be trading. So in my eyes, look, I've traded literally everything. Like I said, I traded stock at a point, I traded options, I traded Forex, and now I'm trading futures full-time. Look, there's a couple things you can trade. So there's NASDAQ, which is what I'm on right now. This is what I trade every single day. Why do I trade this every single day? Because it moves the best. There's the most volume, which was when you're a day trader, you really need to rely on a lot of volume. And I just think overall the profit margin's really good, very easy to trade. I've been trading QQQ for a long time. That's what I used to trade on options. This is the same exact thing. So the NASDAQ basically measures the top 100 tech companies in the US. It moves really great. It's very volatile, which again is a double-edged sword, but how I trade, how my style is, I think it's the best for me, and I recommend it to everybody that's on futures. This is gold, okay? So gold is also something you can trade. I would put this probably at number 2. I think it is very easy to trade. This is a more, I would say, bigger time frame trading. The most people that I know that trade gold, because I know some personally, they look for more of bigger outcome trades. So instant volume is not the best. You're not going to see crazy moves on gold like on the 5-minute time frame. But understand the bigger plays definitely help out with gold. So the one thing I do like about futures is you have some sort of variety. So you're trading indexes now, if that makes any sense. So compared to options trading, where I could trade Nvidia, I could trade Apple, I could trade Tesla, you can't do that on futures. ES, which is S&P 500 futures, NASDAQ futures, US 30, which is the Dow Jones. So you're really trading kind of groups of stocks. So it is a lot easier to predict movement because you're pretty much looking at the overall market. But gold is a great thing to trade as well. Again, it's more of a longer term perspective trade. I would like to trade this on the hourly, 2 hourly, look for 2 hourly. ES is great to day trade as well. I personally hate it with all my guts, but understand that it is a lot easier for a kind of a newcomer to get into because this is very similar to NQ where you're going to see quicker moves. This is going to be easier to day trade, but there's a lot less volume. Let's just do this for example. Let's go in the 15 second just to give you an idea of why I mean that. So when you see bad volume, you see kind of these like squared out, you're not seeing a lot of quick moves. You're just seeing kind of nice chop, especially if we go to pre-market. It just moves a lot slower. You'll see a lot of candles like this where it's just like blah. A lot of squares. See how these are just mostly squares. It's just a little bit slower, which can be good. It can benefit newer traders. Where this is the same exact time frame. Look at how much bigger these candles are. That just goes to show you Nasdaq just has a lot more volume within it, so it's a lot easier to catch bigger trades. But I would recommend trading ES, the S&P 500, if you are trying to get comfortable day trading. I would first start on this and then go to NQ because it's a lot easier to predict, but you're not going to see the same reward, obviously. Crude oil is also something you should look for, on the bigger time frames. I would say at least the 15-minute. These are kind of more expansionary trades. You're just trying to catch bigger moves. This is again crude oil. This is just the price of oil. It's great to look at, but I would again recommend to stick with CL, ES, NQ, freaking gold, and then US 30 is the last one I'm going to talk about. This is probably honestly number 2 for me. I want to get into it a lot more. There's a guy that I'm really close with that is, I consider him he's a bazillionaire and he makes a lot more money than me trading, but he sticks to US 30 a lot. A lot of Forex traders trade US 30. This is the Dow Jones. So Dow Jones basically measures the top 30 companies in the US, regardless of industry. This is also one that has a lot more volume, which is I like it a lot. This is very similar to NQ. You're going to see a lot of volume come in and a lot more risk rewarding your trades. This is something that I would consider probably the hardest one to trade just because, again, this is only the top 30. So think about this. The S&P 500 is 500 companies combined together, which, that's why it's a lot slower volume is because it takes us from such a bigger group. NASDAQ is the NAS 100. It only measures 100 top tech companies, which tech itself is already a lot more lucrative. So the fact that it's 400 less than the other ES, the other big index, it's going to be less reliable. You're not going to have the complete trend set with that, but you're going to see bigger moves. Now this is only 30. So again, you're minimizing the group, and that obviously is going to increase volatility. But I think if you're starting out, ES is where you should start. Gold and CL are some you should get into maybe down the line. I would say NQ is that middleman. It's a really good mix of both. Very, very lucrative. And then US 30 being probably the top G level 100 mafia boss. And real quick, just understand there's no correct way to trade. There's nothing that you can do to be better than someone else at trading. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. It's all about making sure that you are confident and you are giving yourself some sort of forecast in the future to see some success. It's such a psychological game. It has, again, nothing to do with predicting. It's more of just conscious. I would say 95% of trading and being successful trading is all mental. If you don't have confidence going into a trade, you're going to lose regardless, because when you let emotions become a factor, it's really when it starts to fall off a cliff. It's a great thing though too, because you can really keep some of this stuff to yourself, so you don't have to beat yourself up about it. You don't have to stay public about your trades, but just make sure you're holding yourself accountable, because that's really what's going to take you to the next level, is being able to identify, hey, I'm doing this wrong and I need to bite the bullet. I need to change something, or else this is never going to change. But do not be upset when you take losses. Do not be upset when things don't go your way. This is all part of the game. We're all here to make money. It's all, very hard, man. If everybody If it was that easy, everybody be doing this shit. But I promise you, you're strong enough, and I know that you're gonna do this, man. You taking your chances with videos like this, getting more comfortable, taking, because it does hurt your pride a little bit, man, having to go get educated on this stuff, but it's going to help you. It doesn't matter when you're making fucking 10 grand in a week, and people are making funny about day trading. Back in high school, bro, everybody was clowning me for being a day trader, bro. Now they're fucking the same people. Actually crazy, man. It's great. It's an aura moment. They all asked me to help them, bro, and I guess what? Fuck you. But seriously, man, I pray that every single one of you guys going out of your way to watch these videos, man, take the time to meet me, find out who I am, find out what I want to preach to you. I just want you to succeed, man. I thrive from helping people out. And anything like this, anything more that you guys have questions about, please let me know. But just know, I really appreciate you guys watching this. I know that if you are taking the time to do this, if you are taking the time to put the work in, just close the door, man. Put your head down, continue working on this stuff. You will see success. There's no scenario where you don't. Again, I'm just a dude who wears a tank top, man. I've been, trying to find a way to make money. No one in my family's rich. I grew up with a single mom, man. Pretty much everything has always been against me. And, I just made a spot at the table for myself, man. That's all it is. And I'm no special person. I'm not someone who, changed the way of doing anything, man. I just am someone who saw an opportunity in front of me, noticed what the potential of it was, and I just went after it. I've been chasing this for the rest, pretty much entirety of my mature life. Do not be fazed by these people with fucking supercars and watches and shit, man. That does not matter. All that stuff is just fake. I'm not here to impress anybody. I don't need any cars or nothing, man. I got everything I need, man. I have a good family. I go to church. I make good money, and that's all I need. Living a life of comparison is going to kill you. Do your game. Play your game. Do exactly what you want to do. Don't let other people tell you there's a better way to do this or anything at all. You know what's best for yourself. As long as you're not doing anything stupid, you will see success. Just look at the bigger picture, man. Don't get so shallow. It's very hard when we day trade. We consider ourselves day traders. Everything happens super quick. We have 5-minute, 10-minute trades. It's very hard not to get so, closed-minded and not see the bigger picture. But, just for this itself, you have to look at the big picture. Don't look at it by day. Don't look at it week by week. Look at it by the year, man. You have so much time. You're so young. You have everything in front of you, bro. Just make sure you keep doing this stuff, man. I genuinely appreciate you watching this. I hope you learned something. I'm going to make you a better trader. I'm going to give you everything that I have because, that's all I wanted when I was in your situation. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Please consider subscribing and let me know if you like this. I need a beer.